Hello, I'm here to talk to you about a set of open source software that we have built, Flight Blender, Flight Spotlight, and Flight Launchpad. Together they constitute the Open Skies stack, and they are usually used by authorities and government agencies across different parts of the world where there are different regulatory sort of issues and sort of problems in the drone context. So let's just sort of, to give you the flavor of what of these open source projects, let's take a look at two operations. One is, let's say, a trajectory-based delivery operation, and then the other one is essentially a sort of area-based, let's say, volume operation, perhaps inspection or something like that. So imagine a case where you want to see some of these operations and you want to approve them. So they use what is known as a flight launchpad. So now flight launchpad is used to submit flight operations or restrictions and geofences and so on. But in this case, let's just submit this trajectory-based operation and then just call it delivery op or something like that, and then it's today from 6 to 7. That looks okay, and then I'm going to choose it as a BVLOS operations. Of course, you can add other things from your GCS and geofences and so on, but just for the moment, let's just see the declaration is submitted, and then you can see the status page. It has not been approved. So if you're living in an environment where you want to approve some of these operations, you can do that. Now, let's just submit the second one as well. It's in Flight Launchpad. I'm going to just say ag inspection, something like that, and maybe this is on tomorrow from 6 to 7, and then I say that's okay, and this is a VLOS operation. Now, again, this has been submitted, but it has not been approved. So then now imagine that you are a regulator or an authority. I go to what is known as Flight Spotlight. I log in. So you will see here that I have logged in, and then I go to this thing called Notice Board. Now, if I go to Notice Board, I can start to see operations from, let's say, 1st of March to the, let's say, the 31st of March. And then I say show the schedule. And again, as I just mentioned, this is a delivery operation and this is agricultural inspection. I can sort of click on it and take a look at it a little bit more detail. So this is in 3D, sort of the application, and I can say I can approve it, right? So once I have approved it, I can go back to my Launchpad, and if I just refresh it, for example, now it has been approved. So there is capability in this Spotlight applications to sort of do this approvals and so on, but let's do something more interesting. Let's go to some sort of a live flights that you want to see. So I go back to my, let's say, area of interest, which was that airport that I showed earlier. I'm going to put a sort of an area of interest there. And now you can see this is my area of interest. And in addition, there is a geofence here as well that is in 3D and so on. And let's start to stream some flight data in here now. So when I start streaming some of this flight data, you will see that they appear, for example, here, that's drone A, and then that's the other agricultural inspection that's coming, and so on. So all of this also has understanding of entering the geofence area and so on. So all of this is sort of can be deployed flexibly. If you are in this network remote ID or broadcast remote ID and some of the standards on the ASTM side, you can use it. So you can plug and play and deploy different parts. And normally this is used, as I said, mainly by authorities and in the case of demos or operationalizing an airspace. And because all of this is open source, so you can take a look at a repository, you have full flexibility on it, and there's a bunch of other things in here as well. With that, thank you very much for your attention.